Yo, what up? It's your boy Jeffrey, aka Papa J, and you are tuned into another episode of Just Talking with Jeffrey. Let's go! Man, what up, man? We are back. We are back. I know it's been a while, been away for a little bit. And I apologize. I've been meaning to put out another episode, and I just, life just started to happen, and things just started to, kind of unravel at the seams. Not normal for, me. Like I said, I like to keep my day all planned out, mapped out, and unfortunately, that did not happen. Things, like I said, just started to unravel for me. But listen, I'm back. And always excited and happy and jovial and whatever it is that is positive. And today, as you can see, I'm with my ace boon cool, my day one, A1 since day one, my right hand woman,
Hello.
Miss. No, I ain't gonna tell you her name. Y'all, if y'all listen to episode one, y'all know who this is, right? Y'all know her name. So if you haven't, go back, go listen to it, go refresh yourself on who she is and what she does. Let me not be so selfish, right?
No, you can be selfish. It's okay.
Because they should already have
Exactly.
listened
They
to
should
it, right?
already know, yeah.
But
Just in case you did not know.
Just in case you didn't know, this is my lovely wife, Joanna, aka House of Organic Beauty. Listen, man. Before I start plugging her in, y'all go do yourself a favor. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, share, subscribe to my channel, right? Because that's obviously where you're getting all of this good stuff from.
Yep.
And if you are on Spotify, listen to me on Spotify, download, share, same difference, right? Just show your boy support. But on that other end, listen, go check out my wife, House of Organic Beauty, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, everywhere, all social media platforms, House of Organic Beauty. I'm not gonna lie, she's doing her thing, right? She's in the natural hair care world, right? Once again, if you go back to episode one, you will hear all of this, right? She is doing her thing. And yeah, that's what's up, man. So like I said, today she is my guest, and today we are going to kind of jump into not the marriage life, but the parenting life. That, for all of my parents out there, you are going to understand, at least from our world, our perspective of how we are going through and dealing with parenting, all of the ups and downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. It's I'm not gonna lie, it's been a joy to have the kids that we have. They are wonderful, but I can definitely tell you they are some headaches. From the oldest to the youngest. And for those y'all who know me, I love the youngest because that's my boy. That's my only one. But I can tell you this boy is
a pest.
And y'all know he get that from,
Yeah, turn your shirt off, bro.
Okay, but yeah, he don't get that from me. I ain't a pest. But man, they're a special breed. Kids nowadays are a special breed. And listen, they are no different. They are definitely no different. Although they are not as typical, of what kids should be at their age, but they are no different. They are all the same breed. This new day and age, what is it, Gen? I don't know. I think it was just like Gen Q's, Gen whatever. I don't know what the Gen is. But these kids nowadays, amazingly different. Um, but it is what it is. I need you to put that on vibrate
Yes, sir.
because um, you can't be interrupting,
Yes, sir.
the show, right? My listeners don't. My listeners and my viewers don't want to hear your ringtones.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go. So let's kind of obviously like I would always like to make sure you guys got a good understanding of where things started, right? And
Yeah.
this we gonna go back in the day, right? Um,
How back we talking?
man, before obviously Soraya,
Oh,
because we got to lay the groundwork, right? Where did this begin? And it all began with obviously Soraya. Um, I so here we go, right? You already know, keeping it funky, keeping it fresh, keeping it real. I'm about to keep it real. So we
Not
were
too real,
not
right?
not 100% real, right? Because we got to keep it a little PG, right? I don't want minds to wander and then just people just so we're gonna keep it a little PG, right? But real at the same time. So um, Soraya was obviously not in our cards at the time. She was not someone we planned to have had at that point in time of our lives. We were still figuring each other out and figuring out life and what we wanted to do and where we wanted to be in the future. And um, just like how do you say it? Just like uh, interested and um, oh man, trying to find the right
Curious.
words to say it. Yeah, curious,
Curious.
curiosity and all of that. We made not I'm not gonna say mistakes. Well, we made mistakes and we did things ahead of our time to where Soraya was conceived.
Well, I was forced, so
So you gonna say that on live
this
that
is
you
live.
were forced?
This is
All right,
live.
cool. So no, it's not live, but
Oh, this is
still,
me.
right? Why
Oh,
would
it's
you
live.
say that you were forced?
I'm just playing, bro.
I
Like,
never forced anyone. I don't force anybody to do anything that
I
they
was
don't
playing.
want
I was
to
playing,
do.
bro.
For those of y'all who know me, I don't force anybody to do anything, right? I'm. It is what it is. Whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, that's all on you. But like I said, we got it takes two to tango, homie. It takes two to tango. Not just me. It takes both of us. So we just decided to explore an adult world, and
Although we were semi-adults.
we were semi-adults. What were we? 20?
20.
We were 20. So obviously, you know, grown, and I was not, career minded at the time. I was definitely, obviously, working odd jobs here and there, just doing my thing. And she was doing the same odd jobs here and there, doing her thing. And I, let take it back to the day that we found. It was so crazy, right? It was so crazy. So, um, explain the story from your mom and all that. Explain all of that because it's not hilarious, but it's hilarious at the same time because it's just like Haitians and their premonitions. They need to take them somewhere and go left because I'm not gonna lie, that it can either make or break your entire life. And this one, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of made our entire life. So go take it back to that day.
So for
Drink
those
some of your
who,
water.
okay, so the majority of you guys know that when my cycle comes, it comes on strong. Like everybody on the block knows Joanna has her cycle. Okay, I go through hell when it comes to my cycle. So it was just one of these months my cycle did not come. And so I was pretty shocked, but then again, I was kind of naive on ovulation and all that stuff. I didn't know anything about that, unfortunately. Like, I was just very young minded and just wanted to do grown people things, although I was 20 years old, but still. So Cycle didn't come. I'm waiting for Cycle, and then my mom's looking at me, just giving me a look. Every day she gives me a look like, oh, come on here. Oh, bien? Okay. So one
So
day,
hold on. For those of y'all who don't understand Creole, she said, "Come on, yeah, how you doing?" Ou bien means you're good.
I thought you was gonna put it on the thing.
I might have to translate, just
my gosh.
here and there. I'm not that fluid, and I am,
Yes, you
but
are.
I don't speak it that much.
You just
So
you
just
know.
in case she goes off on a Haitian girl tangent,
Oh.
I'll
I
translate
gotta,
for y'all.
So she was like, come on here, whatever. So I was like, oh, I'm okay. So I would go off to work. At this time, I was working with kids. Excuse me. So, and my job was like in Broward. So I stayed in like North Miami area. Would you consider that North Miami where my mom stayed?
Yeah, no mind.
Like North Miami / Miami Shores, around that area.
The bougie neighborhoods.
It wasn't that bougie.
Okay.
It was like in
All right.
between bougie.
Let's go.
It's like
Okay. She was
ghetto.
bougie.
It's like Bougetto.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
It was
Bougetto.
Yeah.
Bougetto.
So we went. So I went to work that day, and no, it didn't happen that way. Before I went to work, it was that morning. We wanted to find out if I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we went to Walgreens to get a test. But it was like what, $25 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that thing is too expensive. So we went to some place on 167
We went to
in Northeast, like a clinic.
Yeah,
where you can
a
find
woman's
out.
clinic.
And it was.
And listen, I ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna lie. She just said that test was $25. Listen, I was working security, so I ain't had 2 pennies to rub. I ain't have a pot.
And I was
to piss
working
in.
with kids, so I was like,
It was.
Right.
I mean, listen, we made do with what we had, but at the same token, it was like, man, yo, living in Miami is expensive, and at that age when you are not,
bro, we were staying with our people, so
it was a little tough though. It was a little tough. So
yeah.
But go ahead, man. Keep going.
So we went to a clinic that was on like 167. It was like a preteen clinic.
We just went to a female clinic.
Yeah, and then we noticed that, well, they were saying, it was a lot of people in there, and they were saying, oh, how it's $20 to get results, and I was like, no. Back in the days, I didn't know anything about parenthood, right?
Parent planning.
Yeah, something like that, where they give you the test for free, and I didn't know that they had like 99-cent tests, like, bruh, 99 cents? So we went back to, not Dollar Tree, we went back to, because they didn't have a Dollar Tree back in the days, I don't think so, but we went back to Walgreens and ended up getting the pregnancy test. It was a first response, bougie. And the main reason I got a first response because I was watching commercials and stuff. So I was like, this is accurate, babe. If we're pregnant, this is it, right? It's going to tell you in 6 days before your missed period. But little did I know I already had missed my period or whatever. So we went to McDonald's because I was starving. He ended up buying me like 4 sausage burgers. Yes, it was the pork burgers. He ended up buying me 4 and I ate all 4 of it. Okay, so after I finished eating, went to the bathroom, read the test,
So
read the
it's not
instructions.
the bathroom.
The restroom.
Yes. Yes,
So,
guys.
right.
I even correct her. She hates it, but it's not bathroom. Went to the restroom.
George
Okay.
Washington over here.
Proceed.
English teacher. But anyways, so went to the restroom. Went to the restroom, read the instructions. Mind you, I was like clueless, but the instructions were quite, straightforward. So I read that as soon as you put your thing on the test, on the stick, then the first line, if you're not pregnant, the first line wouldn't show at all. But if you are pregnant, the first line will show and then the second line will show. But the first line will show like light or dark pink, and then the second line will show like really thick and dark pink, like dark pink. So I took out the test and then went in the toilet and then I squatted. I don't even think I
TMI.
urinated on the test, right? I don't even think Stream hit the test and that thing was already pink. I was so shocked. You know how you shocked but you start laughing? That's how I was. I was like, I was so shocked that I was like laughing, and then I was kind of scared to get out the bathroom to show him because I'm like,
Out the what?
out the restroom bruh,
Oh, sorry.
to show him. So I was like, okay. So I stayed in there. I was walking in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, you better man up and show this Negro this test. So I was like, okay. Sorry, not Negro. Show this fella this test.
It's Black History
So,
Month, man. Let's be respectful.
you're right. You're right. So I was like, okay, let me show him the test. Went out there. I think I threw the test at you, or I just went, here you go, bruh. And then I left McDonald's and started walking around the parking lots. Like, I was just so shocked. My mind was just all over the place. I don't know how he reacted at first in the beginning, but you can tell, like, when we finally met up, his face was just like, bruh. Like, just as lost as I was. I was like, did we even, like, how did this happen? Like, you know how you know daggone well how it happened, but you're like, how did it happen? Like, when, where, how, why? I'm going to take you a week prior to that, right? So, you know, we're doing our thing or whatever. You know, we've been doing we've been like reading and stuff. And then I told him there was an argument that like just this argument that just appeared out of nowhere, very insignificant and very like pettyish. And he ended up walking. I was supposed to take. I think he went to you was at my house at that night, and then you went. I was supposed to drop you home, and then we got into an argument, and then you ended up getting out the car and walking home. And I was like, I think I'm pregnant. I was like so dramatic. I was like, I think I'm pregnant. You got me pregnant. I was like, oh my gosh. And then, okay, so fast forward. So that's what happened. So he's in the car. We both like just like, what we gonna do? At first it was silent for a little while. And then I was like, so what's gonna happen, bruh? What we gonna do? Right? What he so-called said in his mind, this is what he remembered, because I know daggone what I remember. But he was like, oh, I was good. I was good. I ain't care.
Listen, I was a little worried and nervous, only because it was like, you know, hey, my first one, what? My first one that I known of. What do
Excuse
we?
you?
Huh? Yeah. So it's my first one. So like, yo, what do we do? Like, how do we talk to our peoples about this? Because I ain't gonna lie, you know, Haitian household, you know, 7-Day Adventist, it was a lot.
And my peoples they weren't strict, but they were very spiritual. They are very spiritual. So I thought they was gonna hit me across the head with a Bible. So
not the Jesus back
not
into
the Jesus
her.
like woo. So later on that day, I think I
ain't gonna
started
lie, I wasn't
work.
done though. You asking about like
you need to hurry up, bro. You keep pausing. So I got a story to tell him. Let's get it.
But we gonna tone that down though.
Okay, hurry up.
So this guy, I'm not gonna lie. It's my show.
I'm taking over if you don't.
This my
see,
show.
you prolong it. You see.
All right, so yeah. right. So that was my initial reaction. That was when she came out of the restroom and dropped the test on the table. She ain't handed it to me because trust me, I was not gonna touch it. But she dropped it on the table, and I'm just like, yo. First of all,
that's side note. I would never do that.
What am I reading?
People eat on the table.
Okay, thank you. That was McDonald's.
What that mean? That was early morning. The stuff be clean sometimes.
That's McDonald's. It's not that clean. Trust me. Okay. Right? So I'm like, how do you even read this? I don't know what I'm reading, right? I know I passed, you know, all of my language arts reading classes, but they did not tell me how to read a pregnancy test.
It's common sense, though.
It's not that common. I'm a guy. It's common for females, not a guy.
No.
All right,
it's common sense.
So I'm just like, okay, wow, that's crazy, right? So then I walked out and I was just like, yo, honestly, hey, listen, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. Now we just gotta like, not to say suck it up, but we just gotta, you know, go in this head first and like own up to it. But then I was also, I'm not even gonna lie, you know, fast forward, right? We're gonna fast forward a bit. I did at one point was like, yo, listen, we can't keep her. And this, honestly, it shook us for a bit because it was like, yo, is this a decision that we really want to make? or do we want to just say, you know what, we have to own up to our mistake and like just become an adult and become parents. So um, we actually, so she had a friend that she was working with. Um, she was telling her about, they were researching how ways of, you know, um, like forcing miscarriages and stuff like that.
Yeah, because she was like
Um,
experienced on having like miscarriages when she don't want it. She
yeah,
takes something.
she did it. She experimented on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So she went to her house. She was supposed to go to work. Didn't go to work. Just went to the girl's house.
No, no, I did go to work.
Oh,
It
went
was
to
after
work and then after work. Yeah, that's what it
we
was.
all went.
And I'm not gonna lie, I sat in the car, just thinking to myself like, all right, yeah, we gotta go do this, and then hopefully this will work out. She kind of started to go through it, but then we didn't have the stomach enough for it,
Yeah.
or the heart enough for it.
Can I say
And
that
then
part?
no, and then just was like, yeah, no, I can't do it. Came back in the car and was letting me know, and I was just like, all right, decisions
not
been
happening.
made. Decisions made. We're not gonna go through it. And we'll just face whatever we have to face as it comes. And then I think from there we went to a friend of ours' house. Um, Shout out to Tutus and my boy Louis Bags. We went over to their spot and then we were just chilling for a bit and we're talking like, yo, what do we do? How do we, let her parents know what's going on? I think the conversation, we knew it was going to be a lot easier talking to her parents than it was talking to my parents.
Really?
Yeah, cause I don't know. I felt like for some reason we felt like we could talk to your mom and dad about the situation, but not really mine.
I don't know.
But then again, we knew like talking to either of them, it was
it
not
was gonna
like
be a risk.
it was gonna be a difficult conversation,
Yeah.
um, because of the whole Haitian tradition, especially Haitian
Not only
who's in
Haitian
the
though,
church.
but just
Is tradition like their whole mindset on it was just like, yeah, okay. So I mean, once again, it was one of those things that we knew overnight we were going to be able to talk about it, and then you know they'll be fine. Nah, we knew they was going to linger for a while, and all that jazz. So like I said, we sat over there for a bit, and then you got the phone call from your mom,
I got a phone call from my mom. Yes.
and then
Oh, you want me to
how,
talk?
how did that conversation go?
Okay, so she called me, and then, I was like, "Hi, mom." I did not want to answer. She called me like 20 times, and I didn't answer. And I finally answered because my friend was like, "Yo, you gotta answer. Just answer." And I didn't want my parents to be worried because I didn't, go straight home from work. So I answered, and then she was like, "Joanne, you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, mommy." Try to do that baby voice. She's like, "Joanne, on scent?" And I'm like, I paused for like 20 seconds. And I'm like, "Yes." And then I started crying. And she was like, "Please just come home. Just come home. Just come home." And of course, hours passed. I still didn't come home because I was just chilling. And I just wanted to calm down before I got home. So I think around 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock,
yeah, it was
that's when we
late.
finally made our way home. And mind you, their house was 10 minutes away from my job, and my job was way in Broward, on Sterling.
The house is not 10 minutes.
It was 15 minutes?
Yeah, but this is about 15, maybe
15
20.
minutes. Yeah, so we was about like, 35 minutes away from our home. So, yeah, keep going.
Mhm.
So, finally wrapped it up. So, I had my
I
car.
wish that's what we did, wrapped it up, but because we wouldn't have been in this situation.
Really?
But up,
No.
got them jokes.
No, not really.
All right.
So finally we wrapped it up, and then he had my car. Usually he would drop me home and then take my car and then pick me back up the next day. But this time he was like, "Nah, bro, take me home. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna lie.
just
I did
drop
not
me
want.
off."
I did not want to see her parents because I knew like they would have been outside. They would have came outside.
With the Bibles, bro. Like,
Yeah, and
come here.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in my delinquent days, so for me it was like I'm not saying I was 100% delinquent to where I wasn't in the church and doing all that
Yeah.
to do, But it was one of those. I was just out, making money, making side
So,
money, doing my thing, whatever, and
no.
I was out making money, doing my thing, side thing, whatever, and it was just one of those things like I just did not want to, see her parents. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta drop your boy to the crib. Drop me
I was
home.
begging. I was like, no, just take me home and then you go home.
Yeah.
He was sweating.
That was not happening.
Like, when
Like,
you got home, what did you do?
I ain't gonna lie.
You just went straight to sleep or something?
I went, yeah, straight to my room and straight to sleep. Well, not really. I didn't go straight to sleep because my people, they won't worry about nothing. They won't worry about me. I was always out, and
Not with me though.
yeah, I was always out with her. She cutting up right now. Now you trying to stunt. But I was always out with her, and then like me coming home, they wasn't worried about me, because I was a grown man. Technically, I was a grown man, but they were like, oh nah, you're not gonna be showing up in my house like past like whatever late hours. But at the same token, I had respect for my parents to where I wasn't going to walk in their house mad late. So I mean, and 11:30 wasn't late, that wasn't OD, but it was still one of those things like my people's when I came home, they were not worried about me and where I was at because they knew where I was at. So
Did they?
yeah, they knew where I was at.
Well, when I got home, so I carefully parked the car. You know how you drive into your driveway slowly so there's no, noise and stuff. Carefully parked, okay? Carefully opened the door. Try to make little noise as possible, okay? When I opened the wooden door, of course it makes a noise, of course. So my dad was sitting right there next to the door, like this. His hand was like this. It was dark, so his hand was like this. And I'm like, "Hi, Daddy." I didn't run to my room, but I walked fast into my room, and then my room is closer to the front, and my parents' room is way in the back. So my mom wasn't in the front, so I was like, maybe she's in her room way in the back. So I hurry up and put my purse and stuff down, so I can hurry up and go to my mom, because I could talk to my mom and she's more reasonable and she listens. My dad, he listens, but not. It's like tit for tat thing sometimes, but he understands for the most part. But my mom, she, we engage in conversation. So I ran to the back before she came to me and meet me in my room and talk to me. I didn't want my dad to hear what we was talking about, because at the time I thought he didn't know. So I ran back to the room, and my mom was like touching me. She was like, "You okay? You okay?" And one thing that she said that night that kind of took me, was that she asked me, what did Jeffrey say? Is he okay? What did he say? Like, she kept asking me, what did he say? But what did he say? So in my mind, I'm like, what do you mean what he said? Like, hey, we're pregnant. He got me pregnant or whatever. So thinking back around the time, I guess she was like, some men, once they find that the woman is pregnant, they have a reaction. Either they leave, or they're like, oh, it's not mine, or something. So she wanted clarification on what Jeffrey said. Like, did he take it as a man or whatever? So I think we called you. She wanted me to call him that night, and she spoke to you, right? What did she say?
For a quick second. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even fully remember. But it was just more like, talking about how did it happen? Not technically like how.
Because we know how.
Yeah, we already know how. I threw it down, but like how did this happen? Why did it happen? Like what am I planning on doing?
Common
those sort of
questions,
things, And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, that was not the reaction I was expecting to get, and I was a little okay with that, because it was one of those things like, damn, all right, her parents ain't, or at least her mom. I don't know what the old boy was like. He was probably in the back, like playing his, keyboard in the worst way he plays it, and then at the same token thinking like, how am I gonna kill this dude? I don't know. I don't know. That's just what was going through my mind. But then, to get the reaction of how her mom was, I was just like, oh, I guess I'm safe.
Yeah,
Cool.
she was cool. She was mellow. The only time she broke down was she called her best friend at the time. Don't name names, right?
No.
Okay. She yes. So the best friend was asking her, well, close friend was she was asking her close friend like what to do. What do you think I should do? She was worried about the church. My mom was really worried about the church and what people would say because people would say that she thinks she a saint and all this stuff. And so right now it's like I'm embarrassing her in a way. She didn't necessarily say it, but that's the common thing that people say, like, what would the church say, this and that. And she just broke down crying, and it made me cry because I'm like, dang, I'm hurting my mom's heart or whatever. And then my mom's friend was like, you need to marry them. And mind you, around this time I think you proposed to me at the age what, 19?
Yeah.
He proposed me. He proposed to me at 19 years old. Okay.
Oh, that's another story.
He locked it. He didn't want me to go anywhere. He locked it down. I was like,
that's another episode of how your boy did all that. You feel me? It was real classy. Cause I'm a classic man. Looking at me like a real OG. I'm a classic. All right, next.
Cool. So she was like, "Oh, for my year, you have to marry them," and you already know my mom. She was like, "Oh, okay, okay, I guess. Are you sure? Whatever." So we was engaged. We was semi-engaged, but we just didn't make it to the wedding yet. You feel me?
Yeah, it was. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't wait.
Yeah, I mean, it could have waited, but we were tripping. We were tripping. I can admit it. I was tripping.
I was coming home every day from work,
What about? Anyways,
the sun used to glisten off my beautiful melanin, and you feel me? And then she was just like, "Oh my gosh, that dude there, is that boy."
Okay, let us not go into details. All right, boom.
But so like I said, that was the start to semi-finish of the Soraya journey. And I can tell you once again, with that, she was, you know what, the reaction, I almost forgot my parents' part of it. My parents, man, it was tough because.
Oh yeah, my dad was cool though.
It was two parts to mine, right? So the first part was me telling my parents, hey, so this was. And so my sister was obviously one of the first ones in my house to know, right? Tell my sister almost just about everything. I tell my siblings everything. You already heard the episode with my siblings, and y'all see how tight we are. But at the time, it was just me and my sister living in the house. My little brother was in Virginia. Older brother was out in his own spot. Actually, I think he was in the Navy. So I think he was in No, he was not in Jax. He was back down in Miami. I don't remember. Whatever. And then my second oldest brother was in PA. So not nobody was there, just my sister. So I'm talking to my sister, letting her know, obviously, blah, blah, blah. So we came up with a plan, and we was like, hey, listen, we talked to them, because, we go to church on Saturdays. So it was like, hey, listen, talk to them right before, not while they're getting ready, but right when they're picking up the keys to leave the house to go to church. Tell them. Why? Because their mind is on, hey, we want to go to church. We about to go praise God, and we about to have a good old time in church. And not, man, I'm going to tear your butt up because of this. So it was like, hey, tell them right before they leave the house to go to church, and just see how they react. They might not be that, upset. So the news was not only, hey, mom, dad, Joanne is pregnant. Joanne is pregnant, but we also got married at the court.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, remember that was after we went to court. No, actually, no, that was before.
Because it was the same week. Yeah, we didn't get married yet. Yeah.
But it was like, hey, listen, mom, dad, hey,
it was that pregnant. Saturday, bro.
And they were like, my dad literally was like, what the?
Did you tell them at the same time?
Yes, they were both in the living room, getting ready to leave.
I told them how did you say it?
Like, yo, mom, dad, hey, I ain't gonna lie, listen.
You ain't say it like that, bro.
I ain't say it like real G, like real gut. You feel me?
Say how you say it, bro. I wanna relive that moment.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't say it like I wasn't scared to say it, because at that point it was like, yo, it is what it is. Let me just go. Yo, mom, dad, I'm not gonna. Hey, Joanne's pregnant. Just want to let y'all know that.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
They were just like, my dad, my mom. I'm not gonna lie. So it was a shock to my mom, so she didn't say anything yet. My dad was like, "What the
He said
Yeah,
that.
I know. Yeah. Right before he went
You
to
know
church.
those
Yeah,
words?
he know those words. Surprising. I found that out on that day. Nah, I didn't find that out on that day. I've been knew my dad knew those words because when he used to go toe to toe with us, me and my brothers, those were the words that he always used to say. Because it was like, I'm about to mess y'all up type joint. So he just like was like, what the? When I heard him say that, I was like, I knew I done messed up. I
When the
was
curse
like, you
word
know
come
what? I
out, boy.
thought he was about to forget that it was Saturday, forget that he was about to go to church, and then just like he used to do, put them paws on me. And I ain't gonna lie, back then, your boy was only about
2 pounds.
soaking wet, bruh. I was a slender, I was slender. So,
Wait.
um, dang, all right, that for you. But I was a slender dude, so like I was just like, dang, I I I, I mean I had my hands, you feel me? I knew how to throw hands, but I ain't gonna lie, when it came to like my pop, my dad, like it wasn't one of those. I couldn't fight this dude, man. Like he knew all the wrestling tactics back in his Haiti days, and like him and his brother, man, like yo, they was the thugs of the streets. So it wasn't easy to just say I'm gonna go fight this dude, cause like he was he listen. I once again lived in a house where this man put his hands on both my older brothers, like beat both of them, fought both of them at one time and beat the both of them that one time. It was so just imagine once again me, 2 pounds soaking wet. I want no way I was gonna beat this dude. So when
What?
he had that reaction, I was just like, yo, am I
It's
ready for
going
that?
down.
Am I ready for that? Nah,
Where was your
I'm not.
sister?
My sister was there, but she wasn't like in the living room with me. Like
She
I
was just
thought she was
listening.
gonna be there. She wasn't with that. She was like,
She ain't got
nah,
time
brother,
for
man,
that.
I
She would have
can't.
left you too.
So I'm just
Shoot.
like, all right,
Move.
whatever, cool. It's all good though, whatever happens is gonna happen. And then I made the mistake. I gotta own up to it, and it is what it is. So, like I said, that was their reaction, and it was just like, yo, Lord have mercy on my soul. My mom ended up not going to church that. No, my mom and dad ended up going to church. My mom was like, yo, obviously you need to come to church. But I was just like, yeah, that ain't happening. I just
You came to my house.
yeah, I didn't go to church that day. I went over that way, chilled out over there. I was just like, nah. We were in that state of, hey, how can we face our church with this information out there now? Because I'm pretty sure the word's gonna spread like wildfire, and everybody gonna know, and everybody gonna be looking at us some type of way. And I'm not gonna lie, for a little bit, I was worried about how other people would react to us, and what people like. I was on that. Oh, how do I look in the eyes of other people? So I was just like, whatever. I don't really care. Whatever they got to say, they got to say it. It is what it is. Um, so that was that. But listen, we've been talking for a while, man, and I think it's about that time. Hold on. Before we go into our break, I just want to let you know. At some point, we are going. This is not going because I want to kind of get you guys an intro as to us being parents and getting into that. Us talking about our kids and kind of our ups and downs with kids. But then we're also going to talk about, and it may be a part two to this, but talk about the toughest part of parenting, um, which is losing a child. Um, but that in itself is its own um, topic, and it's not easy. But we getting through it. We getting through it. So um, for right now, like I said, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll get back to you. So we'll see y'all in a bit. And so we are back. Um, like I said, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting too long. I know you guys were very interested in the story. Sorry, not the story, the journey, because that's exactly what it was. It was our journey. Um, but man, listen, I can tell you, the journey it probably has ended, um, but that's all right, because along the way from starting out with Soraya to now where we are with Anila and also uh, Aiden, it was a lot going on. But I can tell you between Soraya, who is more of our, how would you call it? How would you describe her? More of our mature, overly mature. This girl was mature at the age of
Three.
3, taking Anila out of her crib,
Holding
holding her,
feeding
man,
her.
feeding her. Man, I'm not gonna lie. One time we were sitting in the living room, and she took Anila out of her crib. She brought walking her into the living room, and we didn't know what that was she was holding until she got closer, and we were like, "Yo, that is Anila she's holding," and she's like being very motherly with her,
Nyla was knocked out.
knocked out. So I
Not
was,
peep.
but we were surprised, and I was just like, okay, well, whatever, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, so Soraya being the more mature one, then to Anila. Yeah, so Anila in herself, in her own rights, is very um, overly dramatic. She is extremely active, athletic, extremely different. Man, when I tell you this girl here is just different, she's different, man. She can definitely light up a room, um, but then also can be a pain in your backside. Um,
Yeah, she's a life of the party.
life of the party.
You could tell she'll be a good teacher because she loves kids and she'll
Definitely
take care
does.
of kids. So she's mature in that part. Like she'll
Mhm.
take care of the kids. Soraya, she don't have time for kids.
No,
Like,
she
she's like, nah, get out my.
Get
You
up.
gonna cry? You gotta go.
Yeah, yeah. She don't have the time, the time or the patience for that.
And it's crazy how they kind of flip roles because
Yeah,
in the beginning, Soraya was very nurturing.
Yeah, yeah. But that's kids when they start growing into themselves, they start to understand who they are and what they like and what they don't like. So at this point, Soraya, granted she's not that old, but she'll act like she's 20, 30, however old she thinks she is. Um, but then you got Aiden, little man.
It's a mixture between the two.
He's definitely a mixture because he will ask you to help do whatever. Like I could be ironing my clothes for work, and he's like, "Yo, can I help you iron?"
Yeah, the girls aren't like that.
Nah. Anila, like, "Yo, Dad, are you ironing right now? All right, here's my clothes." Soraya, I mean,
she got her own thing.
yeah,
she does her own thing. Yeah.
She's mature. She's been like that, like said, since birth.
Independent.
Independent. But I mean, like I said, to have kids and to develop them as the person you would like for them to be is an amazing thing, especially ours because they can be. I can tell you, like, any and everywhere we go, people will say, man, listen, your kids are very respectful. And I'm not saying it because, they're my kids, but it's just the truth of it, right? We can go anywhere. Man, your kids are so quiet. Your kids are so respectful. Now, but after a while, when you're not, talking to them or paying them any mind, these kids, at least amongst themselves, Soraya and Nana, well, all three of them, they can be very annoying, always hitting and doing what kids do. But for me, it's very annoying. Oh my gosh. Eesh.
You think when they get older, it's gonna be easier? Nope.
No, it's it's annoying. It's just annoying. Kids,
A blessing,
kids a blessing, but annoying. It's an annoying blessing.
There you go.
But like I said, I love him to death. I wouldn't trade him for the world, especially him right here. This is Say what's up to the people. Say hi.
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 So yeah, this is my one and only man, and when I found out we were having a boy, I was overly joyed. The gender reveal did its justice. Although we had some stumbles prior to, uh, no shout out to Party City. Y'all get no respect on here because y'all dropped the bag on that one. But it's all good though. At least y'all did. Y'all dropped the bag with her, not with me. Y'all got
Tell
lucky.
what happened. Tell
So
what happened.
so here's what happened. Party City, right? The day we were going to do our gender reveal, right? So we in the morning we got the results back from the doctor, letting us know what we were having. So then we went straight from there. Didn't open the envelope, obviously. We went straight from there, straight to Party City, to give it to them so that they can know, hey, listen, this is what we're having. We want to obviously be surprised. Can you put something together? Uh, she's doing this the entire process, right? So, hey, put this in a bag or in a balloon, and I want confetti of that color in the balloon. So that was what we were paying for. So fast forward, get back to Party City to pick up our order, and what do you see on like she sees the balloon on the counter.
Yeah, I don't see no balloon because usually those big black balloons you would see it in the store because it's huge, so it'd be out in the front. I didn't see any balloons. So when I go close to the counter, I see blue confetti all over the table. I was shocked because I'm like, I was more shocked that I knew the gender, but I was also upset that because I wanted to find out the gender with my family.
So yeah, there it was supposed to be, so it was three balloons because it was one for me, one for Soraya, one for Nyla. And then it was the confetti that was supposed to go inside all the balloons. But like I said, Party City definitely dropped the bag on that one. And
excuses.
terrible excuses, and I was just like, once again, I was only upset because once again she found out. I wasn't upset because you know Party City dropped the bag, but I was upset because she found out, and we wanted to obviously all find out at the same time. But you know, unfortunately, that it didn't work out that way. But it is what it is. I did not find out at that moment, but when she was kind of from the drive from Party City to the park, she was like asking questions, and the question she was asking was more or less leading me to, okay, I'm about to have a boy. Although it was more geared in geared towards
I was trying to do
okay, it was
reverse
a boy.
psychology.
I mean a girl. I was like, okay, there's no way that you're gonna keep asking me questions about me having another girl. No way. So I'm like, okay, definitely having a boy. Definitely having a boy. So I'm gonna pump fake and say, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be happy and okay with me having another girl. Yeah.
I mean,
But
you were.
in all reality, I knew, hey, listen, all right, this is a boy, and I'm dumb excited about that. So, yeah, I was just happy. I was just happy that I knew that I was having my boy, and it was that time. So I cherish the moments of me being a father, and I'm obviously I know she's cherishing every moment of being a mother. But we know. Listen, we're 30 something years young, and okay, she's 40 something years young.
20. No, I'm 27, guys.
Okay, she's been 27 for 7 years now. um, so I listen. We're just excited, and we know that the journey is still going because he's only 3, about to turn 4. And we got many years ahead of us.
What that mean? You want more kids?
No, I'm done. I'm done. Shop closed, hanging it up. Unless we about to buy us a kid from somewhere. Toys R Us ain't passing out kids. Toys R Us not even up. Whoa. All right, go holla at Hector. Go holla at Hector. Go holla at Hector. Go holla at Hector. Hector got you.
No,
Hector.
Jeffrey.
Oh, all right. We'll wait for that.
One.
So, but yeah, man. Listen, it was exciting to obviously have my wife back on here. Once again, House of Organic Beauty. Go support all social media platforms. And then you got a quick tidbit, quick show of Lil Man. One of these episodes, we will have all our kids on here. I say all,
Get
like we got
ready.
a whole lot of
I'm
them.
all for
Just
that.
all three of them. They will be here.
Yeah, be
It's
ready.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, gangster.
And just kind of just finish out, this mini series of me and my family, or us parenting, and then also just the family in general.
Part one.
But man, listen, I appreciate y'all. Once again, go support your boy. Just Talking with Jeffrey. Catch me on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, or whatever. It's Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, everywhere. Listen, I appreciate all the support. And also, go hit up my other YouTube channel, Soulful Survivor. All that stuff will be down in the description. Right? Go check your boy out. I appreciate all of that. And listen, your boy's out of here, man. Stay tuned. Another episode coming at you real soon. We out here.
We out cheer.